Getting up from her to take off his shirt, he started opening the buttons while looking at her with his seducing smirk, to which she smiled in return, and her body felt tickles. After taking it off, he came upon her again and started pecking her lips, who was lying down on the couch of woman's room, which was locked from inside. It was common in their school to lock woman's room from inside until a girl comes and knocks the door, and the girl from inside opens it. They always do it here when no one's inside after locking the door. And if someone comes, Jungkook would hide, and Vine would escort the girl outside with her talks, so Jungkook can escape. This is the kind of a fun thing for them to do daily, and they enjoy it a lot. As Jungkook was kissing her, the pen from his pants pocket fell down on the ground. As he bent down to pick it up without breaking the kiss, they heard the door being closed, and they were startled. Jungkook broke the kiss, and they both looked at the door, then at each other with confusion. Jungkook, you locked the door, right? Fine. I made sure to lock it. Jungkook, then what was that? He said and went towards the door. The lock was opened from inside, while the door was closed. Jungkook looked at her in an instant and hid behind the door, while Vine immediately opened the door and peeked left and right to see if someone was here. But she found none, so she locked the door again and looked at him. Vine, there is no one. I completely remember I locked the door. This noise must be from something else. Jungkook started wearing his shirt and said to her, don't worry too much now. Let's go outside. It's already late. He held her from the waist and pulled her close to him while pecking her lips again. And then she went outside. Making sure that no one is outside, she let Jungkook out and went the other way herself too. They were sitting far from each other in the class, but chatting with each other constantly on the mobile phone. Jungkook, how about leaving the class? I can't get enough of you. As soon as he sent her the message, he looked at her to see her reaction when she sees the message. But her expressions immediately changed into confusion and fear as she read the message. He raised his brow and looked at his phone. Jungkook. She didn't even read the message. Then what is she saying? He looked at her while thinking that, as he messaged her again. All okay? What happened? She didn't see his message again, as she didn't know what to do. She kept thinking what to do when someone sent her the video of her and Jungkook together, having fun in the room. The video was made today, as it stopped when the pen dropped earlier. It was sent from an unknown number, and she wasn't out of the shock by now that he sent another message. saying, "Have fun like this with me too, and I will delete the video. Otherwise, your parents will be the first one whom I send this to." She first thought to tell him when they are alone, but when she read these messages, she immediately messaged Jungkook. "I'm sending messages. Make sure no one around you sees them." And then she forwards his messages together with the video. Jungkook was already intensely waiting for her to reply that nothing is wrong, but she sends those messages to him. The way his eyes turned black and gained emptiness. After looking at them, he looks at her, who was really tensed, and immediately messaged her, "Come outside." She saw him leaving the class and then read his message, for she waited a minute or so and then left too. Their meeting point was at the back side of cafeteria, as always. So she reached there. She immediately hugged him, without caring if someone is nearby or not. She was really tensed. He hugged him back as he said, "Calm down. Nothing happened," he said as he kissed her neck, and she broke the hug. "Look at me," Jungkook said while holding her face and raising it for her to look at his face so that she could calm down the first thing. "Look at your face, idiot. Why are you this worried? You got me, right?" "Fine. But that person, my parents." "Jungkook, I asked you something. You got me, right?" She looked at him and came into senses. She took a breath, and as she looked in his eyes, she calmed down. She took a few breaths and said, "Yes, I do. I have you. I got you." He nodded and hugged her again, for she was a little calm now. He broke the hug after a minute and said to her, "Now slowly tell me what's going on. Who is he and what is? Tell me." "Why? I don't know anything myself. I just got this message and I sent you. I don't know who is he and what does he want. I'm so scared. What if he tells my parents?" Vine has really strict parents who want her to study in school without dating, and she too listened to them. She tried to control herself a lot, but the more she did that, the deeper she fell in love with him. And when she couldn't control herself, she decided to date him secretly. But if her parents get to know about it, they will ban her from going to any school, and she knows it very well. She almost had a panic attack right now, and it's a usual case for her, as her parents get abusive sometimes. But Jungkook knows about this, so he hugged her to calm her down. Jungkook, okay, okay.